What's up, everybody? So, I've run the box of truth through its paces. I probably could have done this sooner, but I wanted to be extra thorough. I've downloaded 40 games on it on my external SSD, Samsung. I didn't use the proprietary SSD that Microsoft sells. I've played a lot of backwards compatible games. Haven't played too many new games. So I made a list of pros and cons. First thing is the design / build quality. Phenomenal. Through the roof. Tip top. It looks nice, man. I really like the box. You already saw how it was packaged. The packaging, night and day better than how Sony tried us. But I really like the design. It's just nice, man. It looks good in the entertainment center. I prefer the look over the PS5 look, but that's just me. Not quite as slick as the Xbox One X, but it's nice, man. It's real nice and it's powerful. It's got weight to it. Just looks real good. Oddly enough, I'd say a perk is actually Game Pass. Now, Game Pass has never done me any good. I've used it for Gears 5. That's essentially it. But I haven't had an Xbox, a good Xbox, in over a year. I gave my Xbox One X away to my son. So I've just been rocking the PS4 Pro. I have a standard Xbox that was plugged into here, but I never used it. So throughout this year, I've accumulated a bunch of games on PlayStation, newer games that I don't have on Xbox. So when firing up my Series X to try out a lot of these games, I don't own them, but they're on Game Pass. So I just subscribed to Game Pass, $15 for the month, and boom, just started downloading all these games. A lot of good games in there, man. You hear Xbox has no games, pfft, give me a break. How many games do you need? More like Microsoft or Xbox has no Sony exclusive games, and they shouldn't. Another perk is the controller. The Series, or the Xbox Elite Series 2 is quickly becoming one of my favorite controllers ever. I'm loving the controller. But how's this one out of the box? Look, I'm going to tell you something, and I don't have any facts to back this up. When I started playing Gears 5, it felt the sticks, even though they feel as loose as the last Xbox controller, there's something, it's almost like they're more responsive. Now, some people were telling me on Twitter, I put my thoughts out there on Twitter. Some people were telling me it's due to some input lag correction that Microsoft did. My other friend told me it's through USB or HDMI 2.1. My TV doesn't support that. So I don't know how I would get the benefits of that if my TV doesn't support it. All I'm telling you is a lot of the games felt more responsive on this controller than when I used the other Xbox controller on the other Xbox. Now, again, it could be in my head. I don't have no facts behind this. I played Modern Warfare, and Modern Warfare, by the way, looks amazing through back compat with those HD textures. Man, it looks good. And I always hated using the Xbox controller. I preferred the DualShock 4 on PlayStation because it just felt better to me. The loose-ass sticks with the huge dead zones, Modern Warfare feels amazing, man. You move this stick the littlest bit, and it's moving with you, man. There's no dead zones. It's still kind of, I still got to get used to the loose sticks, but man, it's so nice. And the Series X or the Elite 2, you can adjust the sensitivity of the sticks so you can create more tension, and that's real nice. So the controller is actually decent, and I like the feel of it more than I do the controller on the PlayStation 5. So that's a benefit, actually. It's not... Again, I don't know, man. I don't know if it was seeming real good. I was playing 30 FPS back compat titles, and it felt good, man. The sticks felt good. I don't know. I'm just telling you. Now, the external SSD actually worked real good, man. I could install back compat games on the external SSD. I could install the enhanced for Series X games on the SSD, and then I could just move them to the internal. I could move from the internal to the external, super fast, super streamlined, just very, very user-friendly in that aspect. One thing I don't like is on the PS5. I like this on the PS5. I don't like that Series X doesn't have. PS5, I can set all my PS4 games to go to the external drive. and all my PS5 games will automatically go to the internal. Now, it won't do that on Series X. Now, what you got to do is you can keep it on your external, and then when it gets to a Series X enhanced game, it'll say this game will run better on your internal. It'll say something like that. Maybe it says it won't run on the external, it'll only run on the internal. It says it needs a faster hard drive. So you just select yes, and it'll put it on the internal hard drive. Now the problem I had with this was when I did that, when I had it hooked up externally, it installed a piece of Gears of War 5, which was on my internal drive. It installed it on the external, and then it wouldn't play on the internal. And it got froze in the queue. I couldn't do nothing with it. I had to uninstall the game. Now, if it's installed on the internal, it should automatically know that any add-ons should go into the internal hard drive, but it didn't. It put it on the external because that was my default install location. So it's like, damn, man, now I got to put everything to my internal and then move it over to my external. And I feel like every time you put shit on your hard drive and uninstall, put it back on, uninstall, I feel like that's some unnecessary bullshit, Miles, that I'm not comfortable putting on my system. But anyways, so that's something I'd like to see corrected. Old games, back compat games need to go to the external. Xbox Series X Enhanced automatically go to the internal. Another benefit was I was noticing your back compat games look better on the Series X. Ghost Recon Breakpoint, man, that looked nice. On the PS5 through back compat, it looked muddy. It was 60 FPS, which was nice, but it didn't look good. So I'm assuming that's running 1080p. On the Series X, crisp, and 60 FPS. Fallout 4 did not get a 60 FPS update. Don't let these people lie to you. It's 30 FPS. But it looks phenomenal. It looks amazing. Fallout 4 looks amazing on Series X through back compat. It didn't look good on the PS5 through back compat, and it was still 30 FPS. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, there is something to... I don't know if it's limited to just me. This is strange. I fired up Hitman 2 through back compat on the SSD. It's so stuttery, it's unplayable. And this is on the Series X. Now, I had it installed on my PS5 through back compat. It was a crisp, locked 60 FPS. Now, I saw Digital Foundry did a little something. I'm expecting some little stutters here and there. People, it's so stuttery, I uninstalled the game. I said, get this shit out of here. So, Hitman 2 trash on Series X. Another problem I had, and it's installed on an external SSD. Modern Warfare plays beautifully on the external SSD. Now, maybe I should have tried Hitman 2 on the internal before I wrote it off. But I figured if Warzone's playing nice, this should play nice, you know? Now, that being said, Cyberpunk 2077 was very, very stuttery on the external SSD. I moved it to the internal, and it felt fine. It felt much better, actually. So I probably should have moved it to the internal. But so many other games that are on the external SSD run beautifully. Witcher 3, 60 FPS. My goodness, Witcher 3 looks phenomenal. And that's with no upgrade. Mafia 3, I was getting artifacting. In the load screens, I was getting these weird glitches. In-game, it was just horrible. And I have it on the PS4 Pro through the external. And it plays fine. So I uninstalled that. I took it off the SSD. I unhooked the SSD altogether. I hooked up a regular external hard drive. I think, yeah, it's a 5400 RPM external hard drive. I hooked that up. I put Mafia 3 on that hard drive, and it plays much better. Go figure. So I don't know what the hell's going on with it. But for the most part, your back compat games will look better on the Series X. Play better? That's a different story. Cons. Let's do the cons. Let's do the negatives. It doesn't feel new. Now, this could be a negative. This could be a positive. I've heard other people say this. It's Xbox. You know what I mean? Nothing feels new here. You know? That's good for some people. You know it. You know the system in and out. Nothing's changed. So, I mean, I guess that's good. But it just lacks that new car smell, even though it's an absolute beast of a system. I'm sorry about all these cuts, man. I got to keep looking at my phone. The game capture. The game capture has not been. It needs a whole revamp when it comes to game capture. Game capture is trash. I do not like it. It's night and day better on the PS5. Out the box, you can only record 30-second 4K clips. Half the time, I try to watch the clip on the console, I can't even watch it. You know, it just blacks out and then kicks me out to the home screen. It did the same. I'm not going to say it's the Series X because it did the same shit on my Xbox One X. If I want to capture longer clips than 30 seconds in 4K, I got to hook up an external USB. And it's like, damn, man, how much shit do I got to plug into this console? PS5 out the box, your game capture, you capture 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour out the box in 1080p or 4K. You know, it's just how much hard drive space you want to use up. And then PS5 has Share Factory. What does Xbox have? Nothing. Now, if you're not a content creator, you don't care about game clips, this is not a big deal for you. The game streaming, man. You still can't stream to YouTube. It's just very bare bones. They got rid of their Mixer crap, which was no big deal to me anyways. But Twitch, I mean, I feel like PS5 was more streamlined. I streamed on both. I didn't like the quality of the Series X streaming through Twitch. You can't see your comments on the TV screen. PS5, boom, comments pop up right on your TV screen, and it's like not invasive at all for your experience. Just boom, little words in the corner. Xbox doesn't do that. So they need to revamp their game capture. They need to revamp their game streaming, and they need to do that ASAP because it's piss poor on Series X. And last but not least, let's address the elephant in the room: exclusive games. It needs some exclusive games. Now, I don't have any new games on the Series X because Cold War, Valhalla, Borderlands 3, Dirt 5, I bought them all on PS5 through digital. And I'm not buying them again for Series X. So I didn't have a whole lot to play. Gears 5 looks absolutely amazing. Forza Horizon 4 looks absolutely freaking amazing. What's the other title? Master Chief Collection. Master Chief Collection plays beautifully. People, I'm telling, the sticks, they're more responsive. They feel the same, but they're more responsive. Master Chief Collection in 4K, it feels amazing. Gears 4 feels amazing. Ori in the Blind Forest, or Ori in the Whispering Willows, people, I don't like the game. I'm not even gonna. It's the equivalent of Astrobot to me. I fired up Astrobot, 5 minutes, turned it off. Yeah, it's real cute. Next, but Ori looks amazing. It says it's running 6K. So yeah, graphically, you want to talk about a graphical showcase? Ori is the real deal. I can't believe I'm saying that. But no exclusive games, I think, is hurting it. If this thing were to launch with Halo Infinite, it'd be a no-brainer for me. Like, for instance, I was just looking for a PS5 2 days ago. There was supposed to be some pre-orders on Best Buy, and I'm like, why? You're not playing Demon Souls. After I beat Dark Souls 3, that scarred me. I ain't down with the Souls games no more. Spider-Man, I got it on Pro, and it's just like, well, you got all those games you bought on PlayStation. That's why you need it, but it wasn't for any exclusive games. You see what I'm saying? So, but I'm not going to downplay it. Ghost of Tsushima at 60 FPS. Days Gone at 60 FPS. Those are a much bigger deal to me than any of the new shit. So Xbox needs, they need some exclusives, man. They need them. Yesterday, it's hurting the console. Now, I know damn well, we've all watched Digital Foundry. I know damn well the multi-platform games are performing damn near identical on both systems. So it's like, you know, it's whatever when it comes to that. Both these systems are powerful. Both these systems are awesome. But I think overall, I think PS5 did a better job just giving you that new feeling, whereas Xbox kind of kept shit the same and just gave you a much more powerful system. So there you go. It's up to you, man. You know, if I were on the fence, my kids play Xbox. They love Xbox. They ain't trying to switch to PlayStation. And that's kind of why I'm still messing around with the Xbox. If I had to choose, I'd probably choose the PS5 just because it's got all the same multi-platform games and I have a powerful PC. If I didn't have a PC, Xbox all day. But I do have a PC and it's a damn good one. I have to own both. I gotta have both exclusives. I gotta have Halo Infinite. But these franchises, their backs are hurting, man. Their backs are cramping up. Xbox. You put all the weight on these three franchises, Forza, Gears, and Halo, and they're getting tired. It's time to spread it around. But anyways, that's all I got for you. I'll holler at you later.